guys, it is Joseph Rakic here from josephrakicfitness.com. Now today, in this video, I'm going to be showing you 3 reasons why your chest is not growing. So the first reason why your chest is not growing is most likely because you are doing your bench press incorrectly. Now, a lot of people, when they do their bench press, what they end up doing is they end up pushing the bar forward with their shoulders and their chest is being used as a secondary muscle. So I'll give you an example of what usually happens. They grab the bar like this, they bring the weight down, they push it up, and they roll over with their shoulders. So as you can see, what's happening, the chest is being deactivated and the front deltoids are rolling over and taking over that weight. So that is incorrect. So you never want to make that mistake. Now the correct way that you want to be performing your bench press to place maximum stress on your chest while eliminating your shoulders as much as possible. Now there's a technique that I like to use. What I do, first off, I drop my traps down and then I pinch my shoulder blades back together like this and I then puff my chest up. So my chest is puffed up the whole entire time I'm doing this bench press. You really want to exaggerate puffing your chest up and you really want to keep your shoulder blades back. What that's going to do is going to place more stress and more activation on your pectorals while limiting the activation on your deltoids. What you have to remember though is your deltoids will always be activated somewhat because it is a pushing movement, but the idea is to use them as a secondary muscle and not a primary muscle. So right now I'm going to show you the correct way of how to do a bench press and not pushing forward on your shoulders. So first off, drop your traps, pinch your shoulder blades back together and puff your chest up. Bring the bar down to your chest and push up. And that is what you want to keep your form like throughout the whole entire movement. So mistake number 1 is do not roll your shoulders forward on a pressing exercise for the chest. Alright, so mistake number 2 when training chest that prevents your chest from getting the growth that you want is doing too steep of an incline when doing incline bench. Now first off, the reason anyone performs an incline chest press is to work the upper pectoral. However, if your incline bench is too steep, what's going to happen is your front deltoids are going to take over the exercise. So when you do an incline, I always advise to have it at a low incline. Still steep enough to hit your upper chest, but not too steep like this where your shoulders take over. So this right here is a good angle to have your incline press, which allows you to really hit the upper chest. Alright, so that's mistake number 2, guys. Do not use too much of a steep incline when doing your incline presses. Mistake number 3 that prevents your chest from growing is doing a dumbbell fly using a full range of motion. Now you're probably thinking a full range of motion is incorrect. For a dumbbell fly, yes it is. Now I'm going to explain why a full range of motion is incorrect. So when you do a dumbbell fly, I always advise my clients to use a partial range of motion. Reason being is so the stress can be kept on the muscle. If you look at a lot of the old school bodybuilders, the way they train, like Arnold, they all used a partial range of motion when doing their flies. Because when you use a full range of motion and you connect the dumbbells together, basically the chest just gets a rest. So, big stretch, and then bring it together. See right here, right now, my chest is getting a rest, I can basically hold the dumbbells here for, probably an hour, and there's no stress on the chest. So the correct way to do a dumbbell fly is to use a partial range of motion. So big stretch and only come to there. Stretch. This is the exact way how Arnold performed his dumbbell flies. So when you only come to here, because of gravity, there's a negative pull on your chest, which basically keeps the chest under constant tension. The more tension and stress on the chest, the more muscle fibers are going to be ripped and the more muscle growth you're going to get. Now, if you're performing a fly on a cable machine, or if you're performing a fly on, say, a pec deck, then yes, those exercises you can use a full range of motion and come right the way to where your hands touch. Reason being, because when you're on a cable or on a pec deck machine, when you're touching here, there is still a negative pull against your hands, so in that case it is okay. But when you're doing a dumbbell fly with free weights, only use a partial range of motion. Because if you're using a full range of motion, it is going to prevent your chest from getting maximum amounts of growth. Anyway guys, that was my 3 tips that is preventing your chest from growing. So mistake number 1 is rolling your shoulders over when you do the bench press and not puffing your chest up. Mistake number 2 was using an incline bench with too steep of an incline, reason being the shoulders are going to take over the exercise. And mistake number 3 that is going to prevent your chest from getting maximum growth is doing a dumbbell fly with a full range of motion. So the next time you're in the gym training the chest, pay attention to these tips, and that way you're going to get more chest growth. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. I hope you learned a few things from it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, like I mentioned before, if you need help building muscle, you can download my free muscle building guide. The link is in the description box down below, and if you're watching this video on Facebook, I'll put it in the comment section. Click that link, put your name, email, and I'll send you out my free muscle building guide. That includes my 3 muscle building tips that you probably did not know. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.